one improvement that can be made is, again, it's back to the body language. Is I saw a couple of times you're looking tensed, but when you released it, you had a smile on your face. So maybe there's something to keep in mind that 60% of the time people are watching your body language. So seeing this, people think you may be getting tensed, but in reality, you may not be getting tensed. Overall, a great speech, and thank you.
Jen, thank you very much. And our next evaluator is Mark, who will be evaluating June's speech.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters.
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to be here today. A pleasure to evaluate you today, June. It's good seeing you again. We haven't seen you for a little while. And thank you for stepping up to do an impromptu speech. I'm a fan of the impromptu speech because it forces people to trust themselves when they get up here and just speak from the heart, speak from the mind. I mean, just speak to us. So I'm going to give you kind of the good things you did, and then I'm going to give you a couple of tips. Nothing too major, but just keep in mind that, again, our goal is to make you more effective, all of us more effective communicators. I thought you had great content, and I say that from the position that when you said audiobook, you got my attention. Boom. So as soon as because I'm into audiobooks, I have audiobooks on my phone, and it really got my attention. And maybe it got some people's attention in here as well. And then you went into how we become effective speakers through, good body language and voice and volume. Those are really the heavy hitters when it comes to becoming an effective speaker. And then you said words, which I'll say this, that's something to think about, that the words are only a very small portion of how people receive our message. And as speakers, that seems kind of contradictory, but that's just the reality of it. And so I thought your content was great. Then you went into investments. Again, I like your tip as far as S&P, S&P 500, kind of following that is a good guideline to kind of keep you safe in your investments. As far as your talk itself, I thought your hand gestures, volume, how can I say this? I think with the impromptu speeches, people want to get up here and speak in that moment. So I thought your energy level was great. So remember that. I have it on tape. So remember what you did. Now here is my area of improvement, and that's just something to kind of keep in mind. How can I say this? You had two speeches kind of in one, and my tip for you the next time is pick one. Say, okay, today I'm going to talk to you about how to become a more effective speaker, because I was listening to these audiobooks, and here are the three things I think, and we're going to talk about those three things. That's one speech. 5 to 7 minutes. Focus on that. Or today, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk to you about investments and how you can keep your investments in check. We're going to talk about three things, because I heard these on the audiobooks that I've been listening to. You see what I'm saying? So I think if you separate those, because you kind of got us going this way, then you switch gears and went the other way. I'm like, well, what happened to that effective? I was looking forward to the effective speaking part because you really got my attention. But overall, I thought your content was great. Now, I will say this, that in an event where you have more time, let's say you had 10, 15 minutes, then you could probably do both of those. You know what I mean? Do maybe they're not really related, but you could do it time-wise. But my thought, 5 to 7 minutes, pick one, dive into that, give us something to remember, like you did, S&P 500, and your little graph there on the speaker, and that is how we become more effective in our communication. Without further ado, our general evaluator today is... There we go.
Thank you, Mark. Let's see. Next in my evaluation is the timers report. Pam.